One guy, one video, and he's been missing for almost 20 years. But who is this guy? And how is it that with just a simple video, today he's holding over 350 million views, more than 17 million likes, and over 10 million comments? And just because of that single video, his channel has gained a subscriber base of over 5 million. What is the mystery of this channel and this man? This is actually the very first YouTube channel in the world. If you've been watching YouTube for a long time, then you must have seen the video Me at the Zoo, where a guy talks about elephants at a zoo. That guy's name is Karim, and he is the world's first YouTuber. On 24th April 2005, the first ever video on YouTube was uploaded, titled Me at the Zoo. And the shocking part, he's not just a random YouTuber. He's actually one of the co-founders of YouTube, who, along with Chad Hurley and Steve Chen, created the platform we now know as YouTube. Think about it. If Jaw didn't exist, maybe YouTube would have been something completely different today, or maybe it wouldn't have existed at all. Even the creator's economy might not have been as strong as it is now. But if you notice one thing, even though Jawed was a co-founder of YouTube, his name was never heard in the same way we hear names like Steve Jobs or Mark Zuckerberg. Even with just one video, 5 million subscribers, 350 plus million views, and being YouTube's co-founder, there are no new uploads, no interviews, no public appearances, no social media presence. Where is this guy? And what does he even do now? And what happened to the two other guys who started YouTube with him? And why did Jawed protest against Google in 2013? So this is the story of a man who created YouTube and then disappeared. It all started when three friends came together to launch a startup. But this wasn't just any startup. This was the beginning of YouTube, the platform we're all addicted to today. Before that, all three of them worked at PayPal as employees, and that's where their friendship began. More than their office work, they loved discussing new ideas. But how did the idea of creating YouTube come about? Well, after a random party, Steve Chen recorded the party but couldn't find an easy way to share the video. That's when they thought, what if there was a website where anyone could upload and share their videos easily? That's when the concept of YouTube was born. But here's the shocking part. Initially, YouTube wasn't even called YouTube. Actually, in 2005 on Valentine's Day, they were making YouTube as a dating site. Yes, TuneIn Hookup was going to be its name, where users could upload their videos and find partners. But the problem was, no one was uploading any videos. So finally, they decided to make it a general video sharing platform instead. And on 14th February 2005, the domain name youtube.com was registered. 2 months later, the first ever video was uploaded, Me at the Zoo. YouTube started growing so fast that even Google couldn't ignore its potential. Soon, Google bought YouTube for $1.65 billion. That's over 1,000 crores. Just like that, all three founders became rich overnight. But was that the end of the story? Absolutely not. In fact, things got even more interesting when Karim stood up and protested against Google. After Google's takeover in 2006, Chad Hurley became CEO, Steve Chen became CEO, CTO, and Jawed quietly left the company altogether. Fast forward to 2013, and something happened that shook the entire YouTube community. Google made a controversial change to the comment section. You had to link your Google Plus account just to leave a comment. People hated it. And that's when, after 8 years of silence, Jawed updated the description of his Me at the Zoo video and wrote, "Why the hell do I need a Google Plus account to comment on a video?" The entire community rallied behind him, and 2 years later, Google was forced to... Hold on, here's the real question. Where are these three guys today? The ones who built this giant we call YouTube. The same guys who once sat in an office dreaming of a video sharing site. Where are they now? Let's start with Steve Chen, the tech mastermind who built YouTube's infrastructure. He became CTO, but left YouTube in 2009. Then he worked on some Google projects, but didn't stick around for long. In 2011, he launched his own startup called Avos Systems. Sounds cool, but it failed. Today, Steve invests in tech startups, puts his money into big companies, and stays completely invisible on social media. The guy is just quietly living his life. No public appearances, nothing. Now, Chad Hurley. After serving as YouTube's CEO until 2010, he quit Google too. He then launched a video editing startup called Mixbit, but that also failed. These days, he's out of the startup grind and focuses on investing in sports teams and new businesses. Still business-minded, but working in the shadows. And now, the most mysterious of them all, Jawed Karim. He actually resigned just a year after YouTube started, even though it was his vision to make YouTube a global video sharing platform. But he didn't fade away. He became a big investor and now runs an investment firm called University Ventures. But when it comes to public life, nothing. No interviews, no social media, no appearances. He exists only in one place, on his legendary Me at the Zoo video. Just think about it. The man who created a platform where billions of people share their voices, distant from it himself. That's some next-level irony, when YouTube never existed. But here's something to really think about. If these three hadn't sold YouTube to Google, would it still have become this massive? Or would it have fizzled out? Sure, YouTube was growing insanely fast in its first year. But if YouTube had never been created, what then? Would PewDiePie, MrBeast, or creators like us even have careers? Or would the content creation industry look completely different? Maybe some other platform would have come along, but it wouldn't have been this big. Because creating a revolution like YouTube, that's not easy. Even if the trend was inevitable, it would have taken way longer. The whole scene would have been totally different. So what do you think? If YouTube didn't exist, would content creation still be this huge? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And imagine this. One day, the kids of these three founders say to them, "Dad, you wouldn't understand what YouTube is. People actually built entire careers making videos there." And then the dad replies, "Son, the school you're trying to get into? I was the principal there. In fact, I built that school."